agree that the role of mother is the more important than another role, because they are able to handle the challenges well with a great stress on time management and supportive response. Overall, respondents agree due to the careers and studying, they are not able to give enough time to the children or be able to cook much for the family. So this finding is in line with some of the research such as the research from Burn and Kravis 2001 as not able to prepare meal for the family. Okay. Any suggestion or the recommendation for this study? Okay, this study will be more in depth if this research done with the another members, like with the person who work in another area, like in the office, like in the in the company. So also have to conduct with another have to conduct with the large number of women. Maybe can find out with the different, the different, how they cope, how they, they balance in their three roles, because it's very important also for women and for husband at the house. Okay. Yeah. Any suggestion or discussion?
Thank you for efficient presentation. Please spend the time, not all, okay? So we have some time left for questions from the floor, okay? So you first and who else? Yeah, second, okay? At least 2 questions, so please speak.
These 3 respondents represent the other respondent. That's only my question. Because you highlight only 3 interviewees. So my question is it in this study, do you interview these 3 respondents, or these 3 respondents represent the other respondents? Thank you.
10 respondents, but in my study, I just look for the person who work at a part-time and who work as a full-time and study as a part-time and married with the children, and they are still not more than 40 years old, around 30 to 40. That is my criteria.
Yeah. So in her questions.
I am a qualitative researcher as well. So sometimes numbers I don't believe, but the 3 seems at least then we don't know what is the your criteria for all these the different age or the socio-economic or why you choose these 3. So for me the 3 is not enough for this one thing, and then we don't see any the other variables or the included criteria for these things. The second, in your conclusion slide, you showed the support husband, but in all your findings we could not see that what was the role of husbands to their family, because it just counts a lot. That is my another question, and also the socio-economic level of these 3, which socio-economic class they belong.
Husband, right?
Yes, husband's role, because
like one of respondents, she said that she's quite busy, and her husband also quite busy because their husband also working during the daytime. So in these 3 respondents that I choose, 2 of the respondents, her husband is a lecturer. Her husband are lecturer, and another one, her husband is the engineering. So that's why they cannot help her so much, but they also support her. So this I answer your question.
The society, because we are thinking about the culture, gender, and identity. So why these studies seem to be like supportive, but the respondents explain, kind of show us that they have like this. It seems to be in general.
Yes.
It seems to be okay. Like the mother roles might be the first priority, and some they have to try out to handle with the struggle that they confronted. But maybe because of the educated, right? So that they can behave quite well and supportive. But how about in the different ways of the low socio-economic? And in this study, you just I have a question for you. Like you just get the information from the participants who are women and from their husband. So you did ask their husband too, like a couple interview?
This will be the further research, because it is like by conducting like pilot study. I will interview more about her husband, and I will interview more about the participant, which is many area I will employ in this study.
Malaysia. Please give welcome to Ms. Ayub Saria for his presentation. Okay.
First of all, I have to say this is the first time I'm presenting my presentation in English. So sorry in advance for my poor English. My title is, in fact, we want to jump from Korea and Malaysia to Iran. From blog writing to self-consciousness. It's a study of Iranian female bloggers, and I want to describe. Unlike men, women have a rare opportunity to communicate and interact in the cultural restrictive societies such as Iran. Women are lack of possibility to reflect their opinions and bring them together. But in this decade, internet produces a new possibility for women to bypass limitation and make communication. Blogs, as a part of internet, opens a new window for women to reflect their thoughts and generally their voices, and creates an avenue for them to build a connection with together. This paper intends from using Marx's definitions of class consciousness and Gramsci's description of hegemony to show how blogging by women makes a proper environment for them to be a self-consciousness and to be aware of patriarchy, hegemony, in order to realize their status in the society and to struggle for improving their condition. In Marx's term, as you know, when class of individuals are not aware of their common social situation in the society, they are in the class in itself. But when they are consciousness and aware of their social situation, their common interest, the class for itself emerges. Individuals pursue their shared interests and constitute a united class in this type of class. Therefore, class consciousness associated with the development of a class for self. In other words, when class individuals are aware of their conditions in the society, a class is generated. Gramsci defines hegemony as cultural leadership exercised by ruling class. As he mentions, cultural hegemony is reconstructed and constituted in forms of values, norms, thoughts, and beliefs by the ruling class. Here, of course, I mentioned patriarchal system. According to Amir Ebrahimi, women's situation in the Iran is under a triple set of standards. The first is Islamic law, or Sharia, which has long had a predominant role in the country. The second set of standards is based on ORF. ORF is a like conventional codes and a way of living, way of life is accepted by people, and is deeply influenced by Islam and Iranian tradition. Yet insofar as it is a part of people's lives, it is also influenced by modernism and everyday experience. And the third is based on modernization and westernization, and has gradually become part of daily life, compounded by the recent emergence of new technologies such as satellite communication, the internet and mobile phones in the lives of middle-class Iranians. Triple set of standards constitute and reconstruct patriarchy value, norms and thoughts concurrently. Women are under the dominance of patriarchy hegemony and as well as conservative or fundamental interpretation of religion, which is mainly based on patriarchal ideology or consolidation of patriarchal thoughts concurrently. Therefore, patriarchy ideology is fluid in the social, political, cultural, and economical system of society. Patriarchy ideology subjugates females in the society and only let them behave on the basis of patriarchal principles. It systematically subordinated, diminished, belittled women or ignored, stigmatized, denied, banned, and suppressed their activities while their activity is in front of the dominant ideologies, beliefs, and thoughts. Weblogs or blogs are frequently updated web pages with a series of archived posts, typically in reverse chronological order. Blog posts are primarily textual, but they may contain photos or other multimedia content. Most blogging is to some extent self-presentational, and as such a form of life writing or autobiography. Iran is not to be the leading state wherein the populace has embraced the possibilities of the internet amongst its neighboring countries in the region, and makes up more than 50% of all internet users in Middle East. The Persian blogosphere is one of the largest and most active in the world. Studies have estimated that the number of active and routinely updated Persian blogs is approximately 60,000. BlogFa, one of the most popular service providers for bloggers in Iran, registered more than 200 Persian blogs on the 22 October 2010. Writing a weblog traces back to September 2001, when the first Iranian blogger launched and wrote his blog. Shortly after that, a 24-year-old educated woman launched the first female blog in November 2001. It's almost impossible to give exact figures for the population in Blogistan. Blogistan is a Persian term for blog. Halabi in 2006 shows 40% of bloggers in Iran are women. Nevertheless, it has to say a considerably number of bloggers are young and educated women. I got this idea from in my personal communication with one of the bloggers who is lecturing university. While the society does not provide a suitable context for women to present themselves and interact together, blog has become the main medium for them to make connection and communication and self-presentation. Blog is a reflexive medium as well, which reflects blogger identity. By self-expression, blogger brings out her thoughts, and through readers' comments, she evaluates herself. Therefore, Black helps the blogger to be aware of her and self-identity, her own identity. As Giddens in 1991 mentions, living every moment reflexivity is a matter of heightened awareness of thoughts, feeling, and bodily sensations. Awareness creates potential change and may actually induce change in and through itself. The internet provides